last class, we have seen functions and then initial value theorem and final value theorem, and also some statement regarding the stability. Okay, with respect to transfer function, how to identify whether the given transfer function is stable or not. Then we have seen three different problem. Okay, and then we have seen initial and final value theory problem. Then later we took three different problem with the same structure. Okay, this is the first problem. Again, we got a final answer here. This is s plus 5, then s square 5s plus 6. Okay, 2s plus 5 divided by s square 5s plus 6. Then the second problem. Okay, again same answer. Third problem is also same answer, but with a different ROC. Okay, again we will continue with this. Okay, see, we'll take some extra 6 more problem. Okay, then we'll compare finally with by taking all the 9 problems together. We'll compare what is the x of t structure, what is x of a structure, what is the ROC, and then what is the inference we are getting, whether finally the given system is stable or not, how to identify that nature from time domain equation and also from the ROC diagram. Okay, before that, we made some mistake here. Okay, see, regarding the stability. Okay, I given you some statement here. Okay, whenever if the system is stable, again the poles has to be only on the left half of the S plane, and if the poles are on the imaginary axis, that is marginally stable. And for unstable, if any one of the poles is on the right hand side, the system is unstable. And also if the poles are repeated on the j omega axis, then also the system is unstable. Okay, this entire statement is true. Okay, in control system, this entire statement is true in control system. Why it is true in control system? Because in control system, we'll be using the physically realizable system. Okay, that means system may be stable or unstable, but all systems are physically realizable. Physically realizable. Okay, physically realizable. So all physically realizable system will be a causal system. Will be a causal system. That means system parameter will be defined only for positive time index, because if you are starting the system now, again definitely it will work for only positive time index. We cannot work it on the negative time index. So all the system that we will be discussing in control system is a physically realizable system. That means in general that is a causal system. So all the statement may be true in terms of causal system point of view, but in case of signal system, we'll be seeing both causal and non-causal, and also stable and unstable. So that what I'm suggesting you, just you for a moment of time, you just forget about this statement. Okay, this statement is true in control system. Anyway, we'll be studying the control system separately, and this is true completely in control system. Again, this is not directly applicable here. Again, I will tell you under what condition this is true. Okay, so now we'll be seeing in discussing in some different manner, because whenever we take poles configuration like this, sometime we may say stable, sometime unstable. Why? Because we have to decide the system nature based on the ROC, region of convergence, whereas in signal system the ROC will not be given. Okay, in signal system in control system ROC will not be given. That means it is implied whatever the system that you are having is always causal and stable. It is like that. Okay, that's why this entire statement is true in control system. But again, we need some kind of relaxation in signal system. That is mainly due to the presence of ROC. Okay. Okay, then we'll see some more extra problems, some 6 more problems with the same variety. Okay, so the 6th problem in that category. Okay, just I'm using the same number. I'm continuing from that number. Already we have completed 3 problem, and then 4th problem in that variety. That is x of t is equal to e power minus 2t u of t minus e power 3t u of minus t. Then what is the solution? Solution x of s is equal to right sided signal. So 1 by s plus 2. Once if it is right sided, ROC is greater than minus 2. ROC is greater than minus 2. And then this one is left sided signal. That means we have to observe this minus inside. Okay, so plus 1 by s minus 3, because it is plus 3 here, so that we will get minus 3 here. But what is the ROC? Again, before writing the ROC, we have to put intersection. What is the ROC of this one? This is left sided signal. Okay, so ROC is less than sigma 3. Okay, that means sigma is less than 3. Then what is the intersection of these two? That will provide the ROC. Here sigma is greater than minus 2. Here sigma is less than 3. So ROC is from minus 2 to plus 3. Then once if you simplify this, s minus 3 s plus 2 divided by s square minus 3s plus 2s minus 6. So finally we'll be getting minus 1 divided by s square minus x minus 6. Okay, this is x of s. What is the ROC diagram? And the pole is present, one pole is present at minus 2 and the another pole is present at 3. Okay, again the ROC is in between minus 2 and 3. ROC is in between minus 2 and 3. This is the ROC region of convergence. This is sigma and this is j omega. So next problem, fifth problem. X of t is equal to e power minus 2t ut plus e power 3t ut. And what is the Laplace transform? Okay, x of s is equal to this first signal is the right sided signal. So 1 by s plus 2, as it is a right sided signal, sigma is greater than minus 2 in intersection. Then the second signal is also right sided signal, but here it is plus 3. So that we will put 1 by s minus 3, but it is right sided. So again sigma is greater than 3. Sigma is greater than 3. Then once if you simplify this, you will be getting s minus 3 s plus 2 divided by s square minus 3s plus 2s minus 6. Finally minus 1 by s square minus s minus 6. Then what is the common ROC here? First sigma is greater than minus 2, then sigma is greater than 3. The common ROC, okay, ROC here is sigma greater than 3 is the ROC. Okay, so one is at minus 2, another one is at 3. So ROC is sigma greater than 3. This is the ROC region, sigma and then j omega. Next question 6. X of t is equal to minus e power minus 2t u of minus t minus e power 3t u of minus t. Solution. The first signal is the left sided signal, so that we can observe this minus inside. So x of s is equal to 1 by s plus 2. But what is the ROC? ROC is less than sigma less than minus 2, because this is left sided signal. Okay, then the second one is also left sided signal, so that we can observe minus inside. So plus 1 by, but here we'll be getting s minus 3, because here it is plus 3. So we'll get minus 3 here. Then what is the ROC intersection? What is the ROC of the second one? It is a left sided signal. So sigma is less than 3. Sigma is less than 3. Okay. Now what is the common ROC? Here sigma is less than minus 2. Here sigma is less than 3. So common ROC is sigma less than minus 2. Then once if you simplify this, um, you will be getting minus 1 by s square minus s 6. Okay, then ROC diagram is minus 2. This is 3. Sigma is less than minus 2. So this is the ROC region. Sigma, and this is j omega. Okay, then seventh problem. Okay, see, if you see the 4, 5, 6 problem, okay, 4, 5, 6, okay, you see some similarity here. The again, the ROC is in the pole is always same, that is minus 2 and 3. Okay, again, the ROC is in between minus 2 and 3. In the second case, ROC is outside the 3, that means greater than 3. In the third case, ROC is less than minus 2. But in all the cases, the poles are fixed. In all the 3 cases, poles are fixed. Okay, so now we'll see another variety, another set. This 7. Okay, that is x of t is equal to e power 2t ut minus e power 3t u of minus t. This is the Laplace transform x of s 1 by s minus 2, and again this is the right sided signal, so sigma is greater than 2, intersection, again the second signal is a left sided signal, so that we can observe minus inside, plus 1 by s minus 3. Then what is the sigma? Sigma greater than 3. Okay, I think we are making mistake here. The second signal is left sided signal, so sigma should be less than 3. Sigma should be less than 3. Then what is the common ROC? Sigma is greater than 2 and then less than 3. And if you simplify this, s plus 3, s minus 2, s square minus 2s minus 3s plus 6. Okay, 2s minus 5, s square minus 5s plus 6. Okay, then what is the ROC? ROC is this is 2, this is 3. ROC is in between 2 and 3. In between 2 and 3. Then eighth question. X of t is equal to e power 2t ut plus e power 3t ut. Solution 1 by s minus 2. This is the right sided signal, so sigma is greater than 2, intersection, and the second signal is also right sided signal, so 1 by s minus 3. Again, as it is right sided, sigma is greater than 3. Then what is the common ROC? Common ROC is sigma greater than 3. Then once if you simplify this, you'll be getting 2s minus 5 divided by s square minus 5s plus 6. Again, the ROC diagram, this is 2, this is 3, again, this is the ROC, sigma j omega. Then next set, ninth problem. Ninth problem, x of t is equal to minus e power 2t u of minus t u of minus t minus e power 3t u of minus t. Solution x of s. This is the left sided signal, so 1 by s minus 2, as it is left sided, ROC is less than 2, intersection, and the second signal is also left sided signal, so that again minus we can absorb inside, so it is plus 1 by s minus 3 as it is left sided, sigma is less than 3. Sigma is less than 3. Okay. Then what is the common ROC here? Sigma is less than 2 is the common ROC. Then once if we simplify this, 2s minus 5 divided by s square minus 5s plus 6. Okay, then what is the ROC diagram? This is poles are 2, poles are 3. Again, sigma is less than 2. So this region is the ROC. You see, if you see the last set, that means 7, 8, and 9th problem, the pole is at 2 and at 3. That means both the poles are positive poles. Both the poles are positive poles. And also in the first case, we are getting in between the poles. In the second, we are getting outside the maximum poles. That means right side. In the third case, we are getting less than the smallest poles. That means left-sided poles. Okay, then the same thing we got in the second set also. That means 4, 5, 6 problem. But in the 4, 5, 6 set, I have chosen one negative pole and one positive pole. And again, this thing remains same. That means in between the poles. The first case is in between the poles. The second case is outside the poles. That means right side of the poles. The third case is left side of the poles. Okay, so again, again previously also, in the last class we have seen in the 1, 2, 3, 4 problem. Okay, let's wait. So in 1, 2, 3 in this set, in the first set, we have chosen both are like negative pole, and also this remains same. So first in between the poles, and then second outside the maximum poles, and then third left side of the minimum poles. Okay, so in the first set we are choosing both are like negative pole. In the second set we are choosing both are, sorry, one is negative and another one is positive. In the last set, the third set, that means 7 and 8, 9 problem, we have chosen the poles, both the poles are like positive poles. Okay, so we have chosen all the possible varieties. Okay, and again, instead of 2 poles, there may be 4 poles also, but once if you understand this, we can answer any questions. Okay, these varieties, once if you understand all these 9 varieties, you can answer any questions. Now we are going to compare all the 9 questions. Okay, then we'll try to conclude. And again, before going to that, we will write whether what is the nature of the system, whether they are stable or unstable or causal or non-causal or anti-causal. Okay, so now we'll write one by one. Okay, for first problem we'll write. And before writing that characteristics, you see, in any case, will not be including the poles. Okay, that means what? Suppose if I am having 2 and 3 here, I will be drawing ROC inside this. Okay, the ROC does not contain poles. Okay, I will not have poles inside the ROC region. Okay, so ROC generally, ROC does not contain any pole, does not contain any pole. This is one of the important properties. Okay, in general, ROC does not contain any pole. Okay, again, it may contain 0, but in general, ROC will not contain any pole. Okay, then what about the nature of the system? Whether the given system is stable. Okay, whether the given system is stable or not. Okay, from the time domain, we'll try to identify whether the given system is stable or not. Okay, see, when you substitute t is equal to infinite, this will become 0. But when you substitute t is equal to minus infinite, because we are at negative time, then it will become like e power infinite. So that system becomes unstable. Okay, so this system is unstable. This system is unstable. Again, what is the nature? Whether it is causal or non-causal. Again, we know that causal means it is defined only for positive time period, but this system is defined for both positive as well as the negative time period. So this is non-causal. Okay, this is non-causal. Okay. And then again here itself we can identify, even though both the poles are on the left of the S-plane, still we are getting unstable. Why? Because we are in the signal system. Okay, if you are in the control system, it is really different. There is no ROC. Mainly we are getting instability due to the ROC concept here. Okay, so now this system is unstable. Okay, but again we will explain with respect to ROC diagram also, we'll explain why this is unstable. But from the time domain itself, we are identifying what is the nature of the system. This is unstable. This is unstable. Why? Because we will not get this situation in control system, because u of minus t in control system, we will not have u of minus t, because we cannot operate on the system at negative time. Okay, in general, in control system, we will not get this situation, but in signal system, we'll be getting this kind of situation. That's why there is some difference between the signal system and control system problems. This is one of the main difference. Okay, so even though both the poles are on the left of the S-plane, again still it is unstable. It's mainly due to because of the ROC concept. Okay, so now what is the next second problem? Okay, when you put t is equal to infinite, this is 0. Again, when you put t is equal to infinite here, this is also 0. So again, this system is behaving like a stable system. Okay, so this is stable. And what about the causal or non-causal, whether it is causal or non-causal? Again, you see both the both the component, the first component is also defined for positive time, second one is also for positive time. So this is stable as well as causal signal. This is stable as well as the causal signal. So most of your control system will be in this domain. Okay, your control system will be, generally any system will be designing for stability, to be stable, and also it is a physically realizable system, so that is causal. Okay, that is causal. Okay, again in this case also both the poles are on the left of the S-plane, but it is stable. It is okay, mainly because this situation will be getting in the control system. Okay, so this concept we can apply in the control system. Okay, so next one, when you put t is equal to minus infinite, because we are at negative time, okay, this will become like e power infinite. So this system is unstable. This system is unstable. And then this is defined for only for negative time. Okay, if the system is defined only for negative time, that we will call it as a anti-causal. Okay, if it is defined for both positive and negative, that is non-causal. Okay, if it is defined only for positive, that is causal. But if it is defined only for negative, that is anti-causal. Anti-causal. Okay. Then fourth problem. When you put t is equal to infinite, e power minus infinite 0, but when you put t is equal to minus infinite here, already this is plus, we are at negative time, then even if you put t is equal to minus infinite, no problem, we are getting 0 only. So this system is stable system. Okay, this system is stable system. Okay, this is stable. But it is non-causal, because here defined for positive time, here it is defined for negative time. So this is non-causal. Okay, then next one. Fifth, when you put t is equal to infinite, 0, but when you put t is equal to infinite here, it is infinite. So this is unstable. This is unstable. But both component are defined only for positive time. This is also defined for positive time. This component is also defined for positive time. So this is causal system. Okay, this is causal system. Okay, so that means what? Even though the system is causal, physically realizable, but it is the system is unstable. Okay, the system may go into the unstable state that we can easily verify in the control system, because if it is causal, that means it is physically realizable, but it may go to unstable, no problem. So system in general, physically realizable system may be stable or unstable. Okay, so this is the physically realizable system. If the system is causal, it is physically realizable. Okay, but it may be stable or unstable, but in this case it is unstable. So that means what? You are having one pole on left side and another pole on the right side. As per the control system concept, we know that this is unstable, this is unstable. So control system concept is also applicable here only when you are having the causal system, because only causal systems are physically realizable system. Okay, then sixth, when you put t is equal to minus infinite, already minus is there, then this will become like infinite. So this is unstable. Okay, this system is unstable. And when you put and again, what about the causality? This is defined for negative, this is also defined for negative. So this is anti-causal, this is anti-causal. Okay, then we'll see the last set. Okay, when you put t is equal to infinite, this is infinite. Okay, when you put t is equal to infinite, e power infinite is infinite. So this is unstable. And again, this is the first one is defined for positive time and the second one is defined for negative time. So this is non-causal. Okay, then eighth question. Okay, when you put t is equal to infinite, here infinite, again this is unstable. And again both are defined only for positive time. So this is causal. So this is causal. Again, if it is causal means we can discuss it in the control system. That means both the poles are on the right hand side, then no problem, but it is causal. Okay, but it is unstable. Okay, again, already we know that if both the poles are on the right hand side, again the system is unstable in control system. Again, here also it is unstable only. Why? Because this is causal system. Only causal system only will be discussing in the control system. Okay. Then ninth, again first we are operating at negative time. If you put negative infinite, e power minus infinite is 0, this is okay. And again here also if you put, you are operating at negative time, then e power minus infinity is again 0. Again this is stable system. This system is stable, but both are in the negative time index, both the component. That's why this is anti-causal. Okay, this is both are negative, so this is anti-causal system. Anti-causal system. So we have seen stability and causality for all the 9 questions. Okay, now we'll put it in the table. Okay, first we'll put x of t, then x of s, then this nature, stability and causality nature, and also the ROC. Then we will compare. Then we'll try to get this property, this parameter directly from the ROC. Okay, now we are writing the stability and causality parameter from the time domain equation. Okay, after tabulating this in a single table, we'll get some idea how to get this nature from the ROC. Okay, just by looking at the ROC, how to say the characteristics of the system, whether the given system is stable or unstable, causal or non-causal or anti-causal. So now I have compared all the 9 problems in a single table. Here 3 problems, in the next table 3 problems, and in this table 3 problems. Okay, if you see here this question, that e power term is always constant, that is this is minus 3 minus 2, same minus 3 minus 2 minus 3 minus 2, but there may be variation here. It may be plus or minus. Again here also it may be minus or plus, and also there may be variation in u of t. Here we may get u of t or u of minus t. Here in some cases we are getting u of minus t and u of minus t. But see, in all the cases x of s is same. So that means what? That is mostly decided by this 3 root. Okay, here it is -3, here it is -2. And also in some cases, it will be decided by plus minus also, but I have chosen in such a way all x of s is same. Then that means what, how to differentiate this? This will be differentiated by ROC. Okay, so each x of s will have different ROC. Okay, then the first system we are calling it as unstable and non-causal. Then how to identify it from this? Okay, and then similarly in the second set, I have chosen -2 and 3. Okay, that means the root is one at -3 and another one is at +3. In the first set, both I have chosen in the negative. In the second set, one is negative and another one is positive. That means -2 and 3. So everywhere it is same. So again, x of s all are same. Okay, in third set, I have chosen in such a way both the roots are on the completely on the positive side. That means 2 and 3, 2 and 3. 2 and 3. I think we have written it wrongly here. Okay, let me check. Okay, so as we have written it wrongly, this is +2. Okay, so 2, 3. Then x of s is same. Okay, I have chosen in such a manner plus minus here, because if you really put randomly, again you will get some random answer. But I have chosen in such a way you will be getting the same answer. Yeah, and this will be differentiated by the different ROC. Again, you see in any cases the ROC will not contain any poles. Okay, in general the ROC region of convergence will not have any poles. Okay, that is the main one of the first properties of ROC. Then in case of stable system, what is happening? See, in the first set, which one is stable? Okay, this one is stable. In the first set, this one is stable. Again, in the second set, this is stable. In the third set, this is stable. So that means what? Whenever we have a system as a stable, what is happening in the ROC diagram? You just concentrate on this diagram. Okay, this is having stability, stable nature, and this one is having stable nature, and this one is also having stable nature. If you see carefully, all this diagram consists of the j omega axis. Okay, this ROC consists of j omega axis, whereas this ROC is not having j omega axis, whereas this ROC is also not having j omega axis. Okay, and again this ROC is having j omega axis. This is not containing the j omega axis. That means that ROC does not contain j omega axis. Here also ROC does not contain j omega axis. So that means what? To get a stability, the ROC must include the j omega axis. Okay, to get stability, to get a stable system, the ROC, the region of convergence, okay, the ROC must include j omega axis. This is the one of the main first property. So I have tabulated here. To get a stable condition, the ROC must include j omega axis. Okay, if ROC is not including j omega axis, whenever ROC is defined for a x of s, if it is not including j omega axis, definitely that is unstable. Okay, for stability, this is the strict condition. Okay, ROC, for systems to be stable, ROC must include the j omega axis. Okay, so then next we'll concentrate on the causality. Okay, here this one is causal, this one is causal, and here this one is causal, here this one is causal. Okay, so what is happening in causality? You see here in causality, the ROC is going towards right side. Okay, that means the maximum pole here is 3, and again it is going towards right. Again here also in -2 and 3, what is the maximum pole? 3, and ROC is going towards right. Okay, and again here also among -3 and -2, the -2 is larger, and also ROC is going towards right. Okay, so that means what? If ROC is greater than the largest pole available in the system, okay, the largest pole available in the system, if ROC is greater than the largest pole available in the system, then the system will be causal. Then the system will be causal. Okay, that I have denoted here. Okay, if the system has to be causal, ROC is the right of the right of plane to the rightmost pole. Rightmost pole. Okay, so ROC will be right side to the rightmost pole. Okay, then what about the anti-causal? Anti-causal. Okay, and this is anti-causal. This is anti-causal. This is all. This is also anti-causal. Okay, so in anti-causal, the ROC is less than -3. Okay, again among -3 and -2, -3 is lesser. That too, it is going towards left. Again, here also among this -2 and 3, ROC is again going towards something we have written completely wrong. Wait. Yes. Okay. So among this -2 and +3, -2 is lesser, and again ROC is going towards left. Okay, and then in the third set, among 2 and 3, 2 is lesser, again ROC is going towards left. So whenever it is anti-causal, ROC will be going towards only towards left. ROC will be going towards left only. Okay, if ROC is going towards left, definitely it is anti-causal, and that too the ROC will be less than the lessest value. Okay, less than the smallest value present here. So that what is anti-causal? Okay, anti-causal means ROC is left of the leftmost pole. Okay, because in leftmost pole you will be getting minimum value. Okay, leftmost means what? Minimum value of pole. Okay, minimum value of pole. That is anti-causal. Then what is non-causal? Okay, see here we are having non-causal. Here also non-causal. Here also non-causal. So whenever non-causality comes, again you will be having ROC in between the numbers. Okay. See, in this case and all, ROC is extending from -2 to plus infinite. Here also it is extending from -infinity to -3. But here ROC is in between some defined number. So whenever the system is non-causal, the ROC will be defined in between some numbers. So what happens here, if you concentrate on -3, the ROC goes towards right. Okay, the ROC is right side to the pole -3. But whereas if you concentrate on -2, the ROC is going towards left. With respect to -2, the ROC is going towards left. So that means what? Your signal consists of both right-sided signal and also the left-sided signal. That's why it becomes like non-causal. So whenever you have non-causal condition, your ROC will be in between some defined number. Okay, again here also the same concept. Due to non-causality, again your ROC is in between the some defined number, that is -2 and 3, and again here also between 2 to 3. That is okay. Then what about instability? Okay, see we are telling it is unstable. Why? Because this ROC is not including the j omega axis. Here also we are telling unstable. Why? Because this ROC is not including the j omega axis. Again, here also it is unstable. Why? The ROC is not including the j omega axis. Here also it is unstable. Why? The ROC is not including the j omega axis. So I have denoted all this condition here. Okay, if the system has to be stable, ROC is right off of the rightmost pole. Okay, right of plane to the rightmost pole. That means largest pole. Rightmost pole means largest pole. Okay, then what is stable? Again, ROC must include j omega axis. Must include. Again, if the system has to be both causal and stable, okay, again we have to mix up these two conditions. That means if the system has to be both causal and stable, what is the condition of poles? Okay, again we know that if I choose a poles here, to get the causality, I will be going towards this side. Okay, if I choose a poles here, if I go towards right side, again one more pole I can choose anywhere here also. I may get causality, but I will not get stability. Okay, so that means what? My ROC diagram should go towards right side, and also it should include j omega axis, and also it should include j omega axis. That means where I have to place my poles. I have to place my poles here. Again, where I have to place my rest of the poles. If I place rest of my pole here, this may give the stability, but it will become like a strip. Again, I will not get causal condition. Okay, then what is the other possibility? What is the other possibility? If I place one pole here, again, if I go towards right side, I may include the j omega axis so that I will get the stability. And if I place the other poles here, okay, if I place other poles this side, then I am choosing this point. If I'm going like this, that means in this case I am satisfying both causality and also stability. So that means what? To satisfy both causality and stability, all the poles has to lie only on the left half of the S plane. Okay, this is very important concept. Okay, because in reality we'll be always designing this system. Okay, all the system that we design will be stable, and also it is a causal system, because physically realizable system is a causal system. So if the system is to be both stable and causal, definitely all the poles must lie on the left half of the S plane. So that condition only we are writing here. All poles lie in the left half of the S plane. That means all poles have the negative real part. Okay, negative something like -3, -2, like that. Okay, then what is the other condition? If the system is anti-causal, ROC will be left off of the leftmost pole. And again, the another condition is the system has to be anti-causal and also stable. So again, we'll see the possibilities here. Again, I know that if I choose one pole here, okay, another pole here, if I choose this point, if I go really towards left like this, left side, I may get the stability. Okay, I may get the stability, and also I may get the anti-causal nature. But if I choose in some other manner, say for example, see if I choose one pole here, another pole here, then I have to go towards, if I go towards left, I will get anti-causal, but I will not get stability. I will not get stability. And instead of this one, if I choose both here, again, if I go towards this, then also I will get anti-causal and I will not get the stability. Or if I choose like this, again, if I choose the region in between, I may get the stability, but I will not get anti-causal, because this is non-causal, because it consists of both right side and left side. So what is the only way to get both anti-causal and stability? The only way to get both anti-causal and stability is to choose all the poles on the right half of the S plane. If I choose all the poles on the right half of the S plane, say for example, this is 2 and 3, then if I choose ROC in such a manner, it is less than this pole, then I am including the j omega axis so that it is stable, and also I am going towards left side. So I am going towards only left side. So it is anti-causal, because with respect to 2, I am going towards left. With respect to 3 also, my ROC is on the left side. So this is both anti-causal and stable. So to get both anti-causal and stability at a time, what is the condition? All poles have a positive real part. All poles must have a positive real part. That means all the poles has to be placed on the right half of the S plane. Okay. So this is the simple comparison, okay, with respect to ROC. So in future, with respect to ROC, okay, once if you know the ROC, we can easily identify what is the nature of the system, whether it is stable or not, causal or non-causal, or anti-causal. So in future, okay, we'll see the inverse Laplace transform. Okay, after discussing the basics of inverse Laplace transform, that time we will be given x of s with this ROC. Okay, then we should get x of t. and then same x of s with different ROC, we will get different x of t. Similarly, same x of s with different ROC, we will get different x of t. Same x of s with a different ROC, we will get different x of t. So in future, once if we see the basics of inverse Laplace transform, in future we will be solving this entire 9 problem, so that we will get complete idea about the Laplace transform and inverse Laplace transform, then how specifically the ROC is important in the Laplace transform, that is specifically in signal system. Okay, thank you.